Welcome to the amphitheater. Sunday. Monster trucks. Never before seen Gravedigger. This is a podcast we're lying to you. So welcome to episode 4? Yeah. Episode
Dumb
4
shit.
of the Mijigadog podcast. I'm Ahmad,
And I'm Johnny,
and we're going to talk about nothing.
because there's nothing interesting going on. Like, seriously, planet Earth, do something funny. Like,
Well, the government's fixed, I guess.
go blow up a statue.
No, there's no time.
Well, do it anyway. But, actually, we do have a few things to talk about.
Yeah.
Most of them are not very interesting, but
Shut up. One of them is big as hell, at least for me.
which one? We have, like,
Fucking
four-ish?
Samurai Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's happening.
Yeah, that's kind of cool how they're bringing it back after, like, a bajillion
After 10
years.
years, a new Samurai Jack thing is happening.
Which is great because the show deserves to come back in some shape or form.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know, people... Well, Samurai Jack, cartoon from 2001, big show on Cartoon Network, big fan following. It pioneered a bunch of new stuff. It looked really cool. Plot was great.
And then,
Character designs were
and then
fantastic.
they killed it.
And then they were like, let's end it with the movie, but then the movie never came out, so the series was never completed.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And so for the past decade, Jendi Tatarovsky, is how you say his name? Has been working on trying to get a movie done, and of course, everyone's been bullshitting him. Of course, a lot of that has to do because Cartoon Network holds a license for Samurai Jack, and because Cartoon Network has gone, like, balls over fist retarded lately. Yeah.
It's
pretty hard
not
to get a
just
movie
Cartoon
made.
Network, it's every single company. We
Well,
addressed this on
that's-
the last episode,
Pretty much, yeah.
which is fucking retarded.
There's
but,
too many shows that are really good that never get endings.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there are plenty of shows that are good that get endings, but it's like it's 1 out of 2. It's a 1 out of 2 thing. Just like there's 2 great shows, but I know only half the time only one of them is gonna get an ending. Like
Yeah.
Breaking Bad got an ending. That's great. But then there are other shows that are like, why didn't this get an ending? That's not. That's completely unfair.
Breaking Bad more like Breaking Good, since it's so bad that it breaks good stuff.
You want to try again, buddy? We can restart if you want.
Welcome to Mijigadog.
Okay, but yeah, the thing about Samurai Jack. So a while ago, they announced that IDW, a company that makes a lot of licensed comics, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics, and a bunch of comics for Cartoon Network actually, like the Powerpuff Girls comic, I would think. They were like, we're going to do a Samurai Jack comic that's going to serve as a season 5 for the show. So it's technically everything in the comic is canon to the show.
Which I
And-
think is very, very good.
Yes.
I mean,
We're
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really grow up with the show. I mean, I watched it, but I didn't really connect with that as much. But I have to admit, yes, this is a show that did not need to die.
It didn't at all. There's some people who think it's a slow kind of show than the pacing. I completely agree, but there are some people like it's kind of boring for that, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. With that show, it's all about because it's supposed to be like a samurai movie, so it's very slow, very methodical
Yeah.
until up until the action moments, and it's the money stuff, and that's what I don't know. There's a lot of like great moments and planning that went to the show that I really think shines in every aspect of that show. It's a great action show.
Yeah.
And in an age where everything has to be a stupid, random comedy like Family Guy or like Adventure Time, I do miss action cartoons.
Well, at least with Adventure Time, you have to admit that they do it right.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's a good show,
I'm starting to get a little
yeah,
burned
I will
out
admit
on, like,
that I
comedy.
kind of miss true comedy. That's one
Yeah.
thing that I love about SpongeBob, like the old episodes. Is that
I was gonna say like SpongeBob now.
no, I'm talking about just the old
Yeah, yeah,
SpongeBob.
yeah,
I'm talking
totally.
about the first 3 seasons were just great because they still had some logic to them. Yeah, in
Yeah,
some case they were still a cartoon and they would act like a cartoon, but there was still some logic to it.
it's all about SpongeBob season three. Like handles delivery really well, and I feel like there's a lot. Like I feel like when it comes to comedy, even if the joke isn't like completely original, if you deliver it well, it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, uh, and that's kind of SpongeBob in a nutshell.
Pretty much. Um, there's like yeah. So I think SpongeBob and like Samurai Jack is aged really well. But we're getting off topic.
No, we're not. Let's keep talking.
No. Ew.
Yes.
So yeah, the Samurai Jack comic is being drawn by Andy Siriano, who was the original character designer for the show. So that's pretty cool.
Neato.
And I think I want to say either the covers or the variant covers, and the variant covers. You know what that is?
I'm sorry, what?
In comic books, do you know what a variant cover is?
No.
It's a second. It's a like they'll have a main cover, right, and then they'll have a secondary cover that you can like buy. You can buy at certain places.
Oh, so why is
And
that?
just for collectors. There's like
Uh,
here's a special cover you can find.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, I think so. Either the variant covers, yeah, I want to say, are being done by Jenny Tedorowsky himself.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So and they're all really fucking cool looking. So, but even the bigger thing is that so right now Jenny Tadorowsky works at Sony, and he directed slash kind of salvaged Hotel Transylvania, which isn't that great a movie, but yet it looks really good.
It looks really good. I I won't say I liked it, but it's not too bad.
Yeah,
It's decent.
I mean, I definitely don't like it, but visually it's a good movie. It's got a lot of like, oh, that looks really nice. I just wish it was funnier. But yeah, and then right now he's also working on a CGI Popeye movie, which is by his words 80% slapstick, and that's for Sony too. So with his contract with Sony, they said you do 2 movies for us, and then we'll let you do whatever movie you want. And so he's like, I'm gonna do a Samurai Jack movie. That's what I'm aiming for. So creep our finger. So they're trying to see if. So I don't know if they have yet. I've heard like 2 different things, but like Sony is getting the rights from Cartoon Network to do the movie, to do a Samurai Jack movie, and so I
On
really
this
hope that
episode
pans out.
of of Mijigadog, I don't talk at all.
Pretty much. Well, next time you find the news topics then.
Well, there's nothing interesting going on except for what you're interested in.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good time for cartoons, not so much for everything else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, continue.
the fuck else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for Samurai Jack. I'm just excited. It's
Yeah,
like one of my
so,
favorite cartoons ever.
We want to talk about some news-related thing. It's about the SpongeBob monument for
Oh,
slain
yeah.
U.S. soldier.
I saw this a few days ago and I couldn't believe. I could believe it. It was just fucking retarded and
Yeah,
hilarious.
I don't get it either. I mean, why have a SpongeBob tombstone?
Because people just love SpongeBob. It's not even. It's such an untasteful
I'm
thing.
kidding with you. I'm being a total dick.
For people who don't know, so what was it? Yeah, a U.S. soldier got murdered, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And then so they were a big SpongeBob fan, and they collected a lot of SpongeBob memorabilia. And so they were like, "I want a SpongeBob tombstone," and it's like SpongeBob like in army gear, shaped tombstone, and like the cemetery is like, "That's retarded. We don't want to put that there," and the family is getting mad or something like that.
And I don't blame them. I mean, this is a soldier.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess it's like the soldier's like, "Well, I want it there," and it's like, fine, you gotta respect their wishes, but at the same time, god damn, that's tasteless.
Well, it's not about what. Okay, I will admit that maybe it's kind of a it's like a two-sided argument. Like like on one end, you have to admit, yes, it is kind of odd to have that, but
Mhm.
it's not disrespectful to any other soldier that's buried there.
Yeah.
So and it's about that soldier. If the soldier was all lighthearted and just I don't know like giddy in real life, then why shouldn't he be in death? The idea of the tombstone is to be remembered.
Well, like at the same time, what kind of cemetery is this? Is this a cemetery for soldiers? I'm not sure about that actually.
I don't know. Let me check real quick.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
I guess, I guess so. The Cincinnati Spring Grove Cemetery. Whatever.
I guess. I don't know.
Whatever. But yeah, it's.
I
I
mean,
completely understand that, but at the same time, they could have just made a normal headstone, maybe just put a little engraving of SpongeBob on it. Would have had the same effect.
I suppose, but
Because it's like here's a cemetery for fallen. Oh, it's SpongeBob. What the fuck? It's just weird.
um, yeah. I I mean, I'm kind of both ways.
Yeah, I
I
get
mean,
you.
maybe they can find like a middle ground, but they did end up spending like $13,000.
Yeah, for this was a 7,000 pound fucking
Big
headstone.
SpongeBob thing.
God damn
So
it.
hopefully the cemetery can, be like, okay, we're gonna help you get some of your money back, and we're gonna let you keep at
But
least
wait,
in
who
a
makes the
sense,
gravestones? The cemetery, right?
huh?
I don't know shit about like about cemeteries. Who makes gravestones?
I
The
don't
family
know.
pays for it. The family does it, or just like the cemetery does.
They no, they paid someone else to do the tombstone,
Right.
and the cemetery was all like, no, you,
Okay. Yeah. That's what I figured. Um, I I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I remember there was a tombstone where it was like a boy who died, and like the tombstone is headstone's like him as an angel, but he's playing like a little game. He's playing his Game Boy SP, and it's like it's the Game Boy SP isn't like fucking huge and in the way. It's just it's just a boy who liked the video game, so he's just kind of playing it, and if like you have to get really close to actually see the Game Boy. So at first glance, it just looks like a normal statue. So it's like okay, it's understandable, but like it's like no, it's just flat out a SpongeBob cemetery. There's other. I completely understand your point, and you're right. I know you're playing like devil's advocate, but I still think it's a little silly.
yeah. Well, regardless, I'm not the one who's dead, so I don't care.
Yet.
On this episode of Mijigadog, Johnny acts like an asshole as usual.
We talk about death.
Talk about death and how bad Johnny is.
Jan, you're bad. Why did you die? Die like a pussy. You
You're a
die like a
pussy.
fag, son.
You big sack of cunt fuck.
You can't say that on the internet. Like, can
Cunt,
you?
cunt, cunt, cunt.
There should be like a list of words you can't say on the internet.
Alright, first
Um,
off, uh,
we're good at
faggot.
transitioning. Speaking of cunts, Sony.
Okay,
So
speaking of Sony, I want to talk about Sony real quick.
okay, go
They
ahead.
released just a terrible video. I mean, the most offensive video ever.
What's the
It's
video?
about okay. It takes you 18 years of PlayStation, right? It is the most offensive video I've ever seen.
God, I sold it to my dog, and my dog left because I don't have a dog. But
I mean, I'm
it's like
disgusted. Why would they post such a horrid video like
it's
this?
horrible. Xbox forever. I'm gonna get the Xbox One before launch day. All the
Yeah,
DLC for
and
Call of Duty Ghosts.
also, I slept with your mother, and she liked it, and you're a faggot, and you can't aim. Also,
Yeah.
Call of Duty is better than Mario, and I like to suck dicks because I'm a total faggot. Anyway,
Yep. So now we got that out of the way. So now we got that out of the way. Wow, words.
but no, seriously, this Sony video, oh my god,
It's really good.
yeah.
It's
Like
really...
if you have
Okay.
not
So
seen
let's
it,
tell you a story about Little Mod. Little Mod, his first console was a PlayStation. Yeah, it was a PlayStation One. And so, yeah, I fucking had I had like all three, the original three Spyros, and I had Crash Bandicoot, and I played fucking Final Fantasy, and I played like all like the PlayStation games that everybody knows it for. And then this video is just taking you through the 18 years and all four consoles. Well, mostly the first three, and then like a glimpse at four, at the PS4. And it was just this really fucking powerful nostalgic thing. Cause like I owned a PS1 and a PS2. I didn't get a PS3, but I played a lot of PS3 at friends' houses and places like that.
I only had like the second PlayStation,
Yeah,
mostly because I don't know actually, but I do remember playing Spyro on the PlayStation 2, the first two games,
right.
and holy fuck, they were good.
They're good games.
But didn't play Final Fantasy until like recently, so
The PS 2 was like that. I associate with the era of like back when the last time games were like just about being games and not about online bullshit and all this stuff that's happening now. And the reason why I didn't get a PS3 is because there's fucking nothing on the PS2 when it first came out, and then also because Sony spent the last generation just being evil as hell.
Yeah,
And then now they're trying to like make up
like
for it. Like we're sorry.
doing the exact opposite, and they're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much they're backpedaling and they're doing a really good
like
job of like.
I know how a few months ago you were like, "Oh, they seem to be improving, but I don't think so." And now what are you saying?
And yeah, now they're like, well, I mean, I was saying that in sales though. Let's see how when I was in New York the
I
other
know
week.
for a fact that the PS4 won't do as well as the Xbox One, but
Actually, you might be wrong because when I was in fucking New York, I asked. We were talking. I was when I was buying GTA 5 at the GameStop next to the Javits Center, and I was like, so my friend wanted to know if there was any PS4 pre-orders left, and we asked. And it was like all of New York, just all the PS4 pre-orders are just gone. People bought them up, and I'm like, damn. At
but
least at every
okay,
GameStop.
okay. Now, not to be a total dick, but that's one instance. Like, is it throughout? Like, just completely?
I mean,
I mean,
I'm not sure.
you have
I've
to
never seen
understand
the
it.
numbers on that.
I mean, it's the middle of a city. Of course, they're gonna have a lot of people buy that shit.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. And plus, I
But
didn't ask about the Xbox One because why would I?
like what? Who wants the Xbox One except for a few of my coworkers?
Um, I know people at school want the Xbox One. That's just because they're like, I'm Xbox forever, and I'm just like, guy.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I know Xbox One is trying to like, backpedal, and I do commend them for that. Like, they were
I
like,
can't mostly because I just show. I mean, okay, I guess I can, but I still feel like a lot of the ideas for the Xbox One are just fucked up anyway.
oh yeah, they're
So
completely
like, no amount
retarded
of
and evil.
backpedaling will ever fix that unless they decide to
Of
just.
course not, it never will, but at least they're trying. Because it's like they had this. They worked on this strategy for a long time, and it was like, we're going to be as evil as possible and take all the money from these fucking consumers. And then when people were like, no, that's bad, they were like, oh. So now they have. So in the past 4 months, they've had to redo every goddamn thing about this console, and and I've heard like they're working nonstop just to get it done. And then what? It comes out next month, right? I know PS4
I don't
comes out
know
next month. I think.
because I've not been paying attention mostly because
Yeah, I
I
haven't
can't
either.
afford a PlayStation 4 or an
And also
Xbox
because I don't
One
want a PS4
or a
right now.
Wii
I
U or a
just like the
3DS or a gaming PC or a 3DS
or any
or a
video
PS3
game.
Vita or anything that makes me happy.
Well, I'm sorry.
I am saving my money for a new keyboard or like my first music keyboard.
Yay!
Yay! So I can write music
Rock
more
that
often
Casio.
now. Let's see how now, kids. Let's see how many people care.
Nobody watches this anyway. Um, but with this, I don't know. I was so basically I'm like half. I was for half of those Sony 18 years. I was there for 9 years, and then I got PSP. Didn't like it. Traded in for a DSi. And then yeah, I was just there was like after like the PS3 came out, I was just like I'm just done with Sony for a while. And then I don't know, they're doing a good job of like they're just trying to be as nice as possible to the consumer. And I'm probably not going to buy a PS4 at least not right away. But
Well,
I do
I
appreciate what they're
won't
doing.
mostly because I can't. And even if I could, I'd rather spend it on something a little more important right now. But
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
probably get like a Wii U or
once
something.
next summer I will buy a PlayStation 4. That's the promise to myself.
I need to see a little more first before I buy PS4.
Well, I mean by that point there will be something out.
Oh, well, of course, but like, well, that's why I set up. That's why I set up when the PS3 came out. I was like, "There's gonna be games for it. Don't worry." And then it was like, it wasn't until like 2 years later where there was games I cared about,
That's pathetic.
and I was like, "Damn." Because what was it? What came out? I was like, Uncharted, and then that's it for like a long time.
I've never played Uncharted.
Uncharted is really good.
Uh, I feel kind of ashamed to admit that, but oh well.
Well, you don't have a PS3.
I don't have
Well, then
any.
again, I didn't either, and I played it, so
Yeah, but
whatever.
birth by
Yeah.
fart. That still gets me every like birth by fart.
So oh yeah, you
Crazy
want to talk
shenanigans.
about fucking the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer? Have you seen that yet?
The one with the train.
Yeah, that was hype.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool. Wait, didn't we already talk about this?
Yeah, I think so. But now I'm thinking about like, somebody pointed out to me, it was like, they own, since they own like a ton of shit, and I'm just like, what are they gonna add to PS? Not PS3, to add to Kingdom Hearts 3 this time? And it's like, well, there's probably gonna be a Marvel world. I said that last time. I really do think there's gonna be one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a movie or whatever that they can add.
Signs. You fight alongside M Night Shyamalan as the pizza guy. He was the pizza guy in that movie
All
or some
right, I'm
shit.
done. I'm out. I can't do
Come
this.
back! Oh, you could do Bruce Willis combos.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie. I'm
That
looking for a
Disney
Disney movie
owns.
right now,
What does Disney have coming out? They have Frozen, right? Which I don't care about.
which it's gonna be one of those movies that will be funny for this generation, but then it will die out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm still
What
gonna
was
go see
I
it.
can't remember the last time I really cared about a Disney movie that wasn't a Pixar film.
The last time would be for me,
Enchanted, I
Wreck-It
guess?
Ralph.
I'm like one of the very few people who was like not crazy about Wreck-It. No, I liked Wreck-It Ralph. I'm just not. I just didn't get the hype.
I liked it, and the other one would be Bolt. That's about it.
Fuck you. Bolt was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
No,
it
okay,
wasn't.
it was okay. To be
It
honest, I
yeah,
don't
it was
remember much
okay.
about Bolt. I just
Miley
remember
actually didn't
watching
do a
it
bad
one
job
time.
of it, to be
Huh?
honest with you.
What? Say again?
Miley didn't do it that bad of a job. Like,
Oh yeah, well, she was like barely in it. She was like, in
fair
the
enough,
beginning
but
and then at
she
the
actually
end.
did a decent job. I mean, for what
Alright,
she's done
okay.
before, and now she's being a total bitch.
Whatever. That's welcome to welcome to every Disney star ever except for like two.
I don't know.
Um.
I don't pay attention to any of that Disney
Yeah,
bullfuckery.
Disno. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just kind of just like I'm done with Disney movies. They're kind of samey. They're really samey. They've been
Yeah,
samey forever.
that's kind of how I feel about games right now. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
that's how I feel about a lot of things right now, to be honest. Well, except for like, I still have to go see Gravity. I'm gonna see that this weekend because apparently it's really goddamn good. And it's been like the #1 movie for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I
Unfortunately,
think yeah, if
here
it's
it hasn't done too well.
huh?
Here it hasn't done too
Oh
well.
yeah,
Like,
you're working.
like I
I was
worked
like,
one time this weekend, and then I'm gonna be working tomorrow,
right.
and that's it. So I'm probably gonna pay like $50 for for these 2 weeks.
What's that to do with Gravity? The gravity of the
The
fact that
fact
you're not
that,
getting a lot
that
of money.
it's only done somewhat well,
Ah, okay.
at least
Well, it
here.
made like what?
Like
It's made a lot of
like
money.
I'm talking about here.
Oh, right.
But I mean, it may be doing really well somewhere else to the point that they're completely busy. But but then again, it's like if it's in the middle of a city, of course they're always gonna be busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I mean, at least here it's. I don't know. I'm just speaking in terms like 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 how relative it is.
Relative.
Like just I don't know. Relative to me, fuck. I don't fucking know.
The relative to Johnny factor.
It was proven by Stalin and Hitler, who slept with
And
each other, which makes
makes
us
sense to me.
makes yep.
You know what? What about But yeah, fuck. I don't
Penis.
really give a like I was saying. I just don't give a shit about movies lately, except for Gravity, which I want to go see with some friends. But otherwise, it's like,
I saw
what's
Pacific.
out? Captain Phillips, don't care.
I saw Pacific Rim. It was shitty.
Really? Everyone on the whole, I haven't seen it yet. Everyone on the whole goddamn internet's like, it's so amazing.
No, it isn't. I mean, I guess as a summer movie, but
Well,
it's all
something else I
action.
didn't care. I was like, the plot's gonna be stupid. I don't care. The fight's good. That's all I care about.
I guess I don't know.
There we go. That's all I care about.
I don't know.
It's a
I,
robot movie. What do you expect?
I can't watch movies strictly because they're action. It gets boring after
Me
a while.
neither, but like, there's like, I've never seen a live action American made fucking giant robot film before, so it's just like, I don't really, it's like, as long as the plot isn't retarded and doesn't get in the way of everything, I can stomach it.
It
when it comes to that. I mean, I'm the guy
it
who's
kind of
like the
gets in the
writing is
way.
important.
It
Huh?
kind of gets in the way. It really does.
All right, all right. I'll watch it. I have it like here. I just never watched it yet.
Uh,
I'll maybe just
all
watch
I'm
it
saying
later
is
this
that I
week.
didn't like it. If you like it, that's cool, but
I
I
haven't.
just didn't
I
like
don't
it.
know. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying. I'm just like
I
everybody's
know,
like it's
but
really
I'm
good,
I'm
and I'm
just
just like,
pointing out that like if you like it, like as in like future tense, if you like it, then that's great. But I I didn't care for it. It was just
let's.
kind of eh.
I feel like we're gonna have like a reverse Transformers 2 where you. I know you don't like it anymore, but initially you liked Transformers 2 and I hated it.
No, it was actually I liked the first Transformers, and then for like a little bit because it's high school. Of course, you're
Right,
gonna
right.
like stupid shit. And this was the same time when I thought dragons were cool. They're not.
Yeah.
Um, they're kind of cool, but usually they're kind of bullshitty.
Dragons are boring. Dragons are like Disney movies for me, where I'm also just tired of them.
Yeah, they're overdone
They're
mostly.
samey.
I mean, I want to see something dragon related that's unique.
No, there's no time. I thought that was what Layer was gonna be. I know
What's
that's reaching
that?
far back to 2006, but still, that game's a disappointment.
What's layer?
A PS3 game it was like Dragon Combat, and I was like, fuck yeah, and then it was terrible.
There was a dragon game like it was for the 360. I played the demo of it
What was it?
that you could turn into a dragon. Do you know which one that was?
Uh, don't, no, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look
Dragon's
that.
Dogma? No,
I don't
it's not
know.
Dragon. It's not Dragon's Dogma.
Game you
I want a
can
GTA Dragon.
change
That'd be amazing. You
into
get off,
a
you jack other dragons.
dragon. All right, Google it. Damn it. Okay, list of dragon games. Whatever.
Good lord.
It's gonna be
What if
like,
it was just games by a company called Dragon?
oh god, fucking damn it.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say, is that really what it was?
Like no, but there's. It was released for the 360. I don't know. I mean, I want to find it. It was. It's a relatively new game, Spyro series, of course, and it looks like
Speedo.
they ended it apparently.
Spyro?
Well, in a sense, like it says, like 1998 to 2008. So I guess what they mean is,
Well, yeah, even Skyliners doesn't even use the Spyro name anymore. Only the first game did. And even, like, and I've told you before, that game actually has nothing to do with Spyro, and that character isn't even called Spyro.
wait, he isn't called Spyro in the game.
Oh yeah, didn't I tell you this? I told somebody. Yeah, in the first Skylanders game, that stupid game where you play with the toys or whatever. They put the game is billed as like Spyro Skylanders or something like that. But and then you made a whole new Spyro design that looks hideous, and they were like, so he was like, he's in the game, but he actually doesn't. He's not called Spyro, and he doesn't talk at all, and he has no personality other than be a dragon.
Are you fucking with me?
Yeah, he's just an average dragon. He's just in the game as a playable character.
I could have sworn he had a voice actor.
Maybe he does, but he's never called Spyro in that game.
Oh my god.
He
Are
doesn't.
they?
He doesn't really act like how Spyro acts either.
Is it okay? Okay. Are
At
any
least
of the
that's what I
characters?
remember.
Okay, listen. Are any of the characters like okay? Do they have any names at all?
Yeah, they do. They're just characters made for Skylanders. They had nothing to do with Spyro at all.
Well, I know that, but what I mean is that so their names are explicit, like they're explicitly stated.
I believe so. Yeah, at least because you know the whole gimmick
But
is like they're toys that you
but
plug
but
in,
not Spyros.
but not Spyro's. I think maybe
What?
his toy box says his name, but he's never called that in the game. I don't think so.
What?
I don't know. It felt like they were trying to go for like a marketing ploy where it was like Spyro's in this, but like what kid really cares about Spyro anymore? And that's what the game's aimed. Yeah, obviously the game's aimed at kids because it has fucking toys with it.
I hate everything.
Spyro's dead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Speaking of dragons, I found the game. It's called Divinity 2, and it was a piece of shit.
Oh god, I want to know what that. I want to say I know what that is because I've heard that title. Divinity.
Divinity. It was made by
Divinity Dragon Commander.
no, it just says Divinity 2.
Ego Draconis, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
subtitle.
it was
It
really
looks generic
stupid.
as hell.
The graphics were boring as shit. They were
It's the
just
third
dull.
game, but it's called number two. I hate when games do that.
I didn't even know
Apparently,
there
it's
was a
an old
first one.
series.
That's
This
the
is from like
thing.
fucking. Is this from like fucking 2002 on the PC?
But it says
Divine
2009.
Divinity. No, no, I mean the first game. It's an old series.
Uh,
Well,
well,
old
like
as
old,
in.
you mean like 10
Well,
years
not
old,
too. Well, in gaming, old is kind of. In the gaming,
I
it's kind of
guess.
a relative thing, yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
gaming's been around for like what 40 years, so
Ish.
it's starting to mean a little less now.
Yeah.
If this was still like 1990 and someone was like, "That's an old game," that it probably they only really mean it's like 3 years old or something.
Like, like Rayman 2 is old. No, it isn't.
It's kind of old. It's
Yeah,
two
I know.
generations ago.
Yeah, no, I'm being a dick.
No,
I'm
I know. I'm
showing
just
the.
trying to like think of it myself. Like, is that considered old?
Yeah, that kind of is, because it's like, I mean, its first release was for the PlayStation 1, the first one, and that was like in 98, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's old now by this
Wait, what
point.
game?
Rayman 2.
Oh, they said for some reason I thought you said Kingdom Hearts.
Like,
I think my
we were
brain
just
is that
talking
old.
about this. How do you forget?
I don't know.
I'm supposed to be the one with bad memory. We talked
I'm the one.
about
Well,
this.
I got it from you, I guess. Yeah, Rayman 2 came out in 1998 on like on the PS1 and shit. The game's fuck. Yeah, that game's old as fuck.
This
This game,
game, oh, but
it's 10 years old.
it still holds up.
Of course, like,
Like
that's my favorite
surprisingly,
game. That game's like what? That game's 15 years old. Jesus,
and it still holds up.
and it still
That's
hasn't had a Steam release, except for kind of when you
I
if you.
don't. Okay, I don't want Ubisoft to re-release the game, mostly because every one of the re-releases has sucked.
But remember, they don't ever do it themselves. They get another company to do it, which I wish they
Uh,
would stop doing. But because I know the one on the DS, Kemco did it,
I
and
want
Kemco
to
is
remake
terrible.
it myself then.
Huh?
Rayman 2. I want to remake it myself.
No, don't. I don't want anybody to remake it. I just want someone to port it. It already got
Well,
remade
well, I'm
for the
talking.
PS2.
Well, I mean that one sucked. So,
No, it didn't. It was fine.
well, the
It was
old one
like
was better because
they fixed
they
everything.
changed it, so now it sucks.
Oh god.
I don't know.
They even kind of fixed the shitty dubbing from the PS1, even though it's still not that great.
I don't know.
They should just port that version over. Just put it on Steam. I'd be up for that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or pull like a Halo Combat Involved and just port both, and then you can switch between which one you like. That's a good idea. You can't even pretend. Come on.
Well, here's the thing that I have problem with Halo Anniversary. Here's my biggest problem with it: the
What?
physics.
The physics?
Yeah,
I've never played the remake. I mean
the remake.
2011
Okay,
remake.
here, the physics in the remake. It's the same exact ones in the. It's okay. They use the same engine
Yeah.
in from the
Yeah,
first
what do you
game,
expect?
which
you
doesn't
expect?
sound so bad until you play it with HD graphics. Then it just
Oh.
looks really pathetic.
Well, can't you change the graphics?
Yeah, you can, but that's the thing. It doesn't change the physics engine.
Uh,
So you're stuck with like 1998 or yeah, like
2001.
yeah, like 1998 physics engines, which is stupid as shit.
Disgusting.
I mean, I get in a sense why they did that, because
'cause
otherwise,
it's
if
like
you switch
they were
back and
just like-
forth between the two modes, then the game would have to reconfigure.
And
where-
that, and just because the fans are gonna bitch if it's not the same thing.
Well, who cares? I mean, it's a remake. Of course, it's not going to be the same thing. If you want the same thing,
yeah,
go play the re-release.
rational people know that, like us, but not them.
But we outnumber them.
Well, yeah, but they're louder than us. Because
Okay.
rational people know when to shut up.
Okay,
I
sales
guess we're not rational
equals
people.
loudness.
Huh?
Sales equal loudness. So
Pretty much, yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to the media. Where have you been?
I hate everything again.
But yeah, I'm up for another Rayman. I just released Rayman 2 on Steam. They already kind of did it once too. If you pre-ordered Rayman Origins back when that came out, you got it. You got Rayman 2 with it. So I'm just like, why the fuck would they just port it over? I have no idea if that port was any good, by the way.
I don't know either. The only
It's on good old
The
games,
only
that I know.
version of Rayman 2 that I've played, except for the PlayStation 2 version, which um, I don't remember playing too much. I just felt like the voice acting kind of threw me off as a
Yeah, the voice
kid.
acting's terrible. That's why I don't like the PS1 version as much as the other ones.
No, I'm talking about the PlayStation 2 version.
No, the PS2 version is yeah, it's a port of the PlayStation. Remember, it's the remade version of the PlayStation 1 version. So both of those have terrible dubbing. But the sad part is that the
Wait,
PS2 version actually has better dubbing than the first one, but it's still bad.
wait, but so then how is it so different from the the uh from the N64 version?
Oh, the N64 version just has like has less space, so that's has less stuff and shittier sound.
What's
Otherwise, it's the same game.
Wait a minute. How did it
There's
have
less
shitty
stuff in
sound?
the N64 version. The most complete version of that game is the Dreamcast version. That's the best version.
But they both have the same sound, so I don't know what you mean.
Everybody knows N64 has like slightly crappier sound quality than a PlayStation or a Dreamcast because it's a CD compared to a cartridge. It's like fact.
Uh, Dude, I have
I
to
mean,
tell you
it's not
something.
like something like obvious, but you can if you were super into audio, you could tell. I'm not, but like it's
Oh,
there
so then how do you know?
because I know because it's like my favorite game. I played like every version of that game. I played the fucking Game Boy
Why the
Color
fuck did you
version
play
of
the
that
Game Boy
game.
Advance version?
Not Game Boy Advance, Color.
Whatever.
The color ver- the color version is actually just a shittier version of Rayman 1, but that they labeled Rayman 2 for some reason.
No, well, I don't care about the first one,
The first one's hard. That's all I remember about the game. It's just extremely difficult for no reason.
which is why I don't want to play it.
Exactly. I like how it looks, I guess, for a 1995 game.
It looks stupid, to be honest.
It's the 90s. What do you expect?
I don't care. It still looks stupid.
Whatever. It's cute.
I don't care. It still looks
Did
stupid.
you know that game was supposed to be like a Super Nintendo game originally, and it looked way different?
No, but I don't care because
You're supposed to play as like two dudes.
What?
Yeah, you're supposed to play as two guys originally,
Oh,
and they were both like really weird, limbless guys that look kind of like Rayman, but not really.
and yet I don't care.
Shut up. Anyway,
But
well, yeah,
yeah,
that's enough about
I'm not
Rayman.
gonna lie. I have listened to the Dreamcast soundtrack. It sounds pretty much the same. The only difference really would be the frequency,
Yeah,
but that's kind of
and also because it has more, and also the Dreamcast version has more songs because it's a bigger game.
well, yeah. But here's the thing: uh, the samples sound kind of the same to me. So does it really
Fair
matter?
enough. I guess I'm just being a baby, but whatever. The
Yeah.
Dreamcast version is still technically the best version because it has the most everything.
Yeah, technically, but I think like at least for me, Rayman 2 with N64 just had, to me at least, had better atmosphere.
It's the same. The Dreamcast version looks so much better than that game.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about graphics wise. I'm talking about.
Even atmosphere is better because it's more technically proficient. It's like fuck. The Dreamcast version is fucking pretty. I don't get your argument.
I'm not saying that. Okay,
I'm not talking about graphics. I'm talking about atmosphere too.
yeah,
It's
but I'm
better.
not saying the Dreamcast version is inferior. I'm
I'm
trying to
just
say that they're
saying.
both the same in terms of what they.
I don't agree.
Uh, you're a butt.
That I am. I agree about that.
You're a big butt. Uh,
But yeah,
the N64 version is still superior because I said so.
that's the second best version. No, that's the third best version for me. The PC version is technically better.
I never played the PC version, but honestly, any PC port usually is going to end up like shit.
No, that game actually ported really well to PC. The only
Maybe.
downside is that that I think they use the PlayStation 1 voices, so that kind of sucks. Otherwise,
Okay, instant loss.
I think they did. I might be wrong, but yeah, if it is
Instant
that
loss,
case,
though.
I could totally understand what you mean though. Because fuck those voices.
Yeah,
The gibberish language is so much better.
which I still say I like as a little side thing a real language, real
Well, yeah.
fictional language.
Rayman Origins keeps Rayman Origins and Legends has like weird pig Latin gibberish.
Well, I'm talking about like a real constructed
Oh, like a real
language.
like fucking Star Fox, like Star Fox Adventures. Was that
That's
a
not
real? I couldn't
constructed.
tell, to be honest.
Dude, that's just switching around the letters. That's all they
Oh,
did. I'm
really?
talking about a
I
real,
don't know. I didn't care.
well, I'm talking about like a real constructed language.
I remember that. Wasn't that? Yeah, in that game or something, I remember like they were stupid, and so like when they said English names, they would just say the English name. I was like,
Yeah, which
I
is
was just like,
why
wow, that's so
I say
fucking
they,
lazy.
which is why I said we need, which is why I said a constructed language, because that's not a
I mean,
constructed
in Rayman,
language.
it's goofy and silly, so it's totally fine for that. But I do agree with what you're saying. If it's like in Rayman, it's like if it's gibberish, whatever. It's fucking Rayman. It's not supposed to make any
Well,
sense.
if it's just gibberish, I'm fine with that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it'd be kind of
Yeah, no, I
cool
totally get you.
as
It's
an
it's
optional.
neat to have an actual language.
It doesn't need to have. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't need to have to, but it'd be nice as
What
an
games
extra
have
little
actual
feature,
languages? Actually, that's a good question.
huh?
What games have like whole languages? I know there's some.
Skyrim kind of has,
Oh yeah, the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, they have it.
kind of.
I wish that game was so boring, but
I'm trying to think. Like, there aren't really a lot of games that have
I
unique
want to say
languages.
Legacy of Kain, but I might be wrong.
I never played it.
Those games are good. Um,
Oh, I
those
just
are in
remembered
GOG
something.
too.
I just
Huh?
remembered something. In Banjo Tooie, when you went to at those talk to those stone things,
Yeah.
um, as Banjo Kazooie themselves, not in the stone form,
Right.
they spoke in some really weird language. But that language was basically the dinosaur plant language, just like a beta version of it.
Fucking rare.
Yeah, but at least then it was kind of cool.
Yeah, and then they completely made it retarded later.
I mean,
What's another?
to be honest with you, like you can't pronounce it, and
Blah 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 jiggies.
no, I'm talking about like everything is scrambled around in that language.
That's all they sound like in that game.
Well, no, I'm talking about the
I know the
actual
rock guys,
text.
but I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about like, is there any language in Banjo Kazooie? No.
Yes and no.
It just sounds like a guy had a stroke and then they recorded him.
You're a butt.
Say something about Rayman. Well, Rayman. Well, except for Origins and Legends, like I said, it's like bastardized Pig Latin or something like that. Because there are flat out words where they're like, it's like, wow, that's fucking Pig Latin, and then other words where it's not. It's like that one weird short cartoon, Wisdom Teeth.
I never saw it.
Oh god, don't ever watch that.
I don't want to. It sounds
It's
stupid
painful
like
to
you.
watch.
And not to mention the Dreamcast. Okay, where is Sega now? Oh, that's right.
Sucking Nintendo's dick or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard Lost Worlds is kind of middle of the road.
Huh?
The new Sonic.
Yeah, I heard that too, which is kind of disappointing because it looked.
Yeah, but whatever. I don't have a Wii U anyway, so I was really gonna get it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. If if only just to please the Sonic fans, I'd like to make a Sonic game and just say, "Fuck it, here it is."
No,
Just a good one.
I just want Platinum to make one because I know they could do it really well.
But you know, Platinum's never gonna do it.
Of course they won't.
Ahmad, we talked about
Because Platinum
this.
doesn't like Sega. Why would
Ahmad,
Platinum
we
like
talked
Sega?
about this. They're not
I
gonna do
know.
it.
I've told you how I don't like Sega and Platinum's relationship because Sega's retarded and doesn't know how to deal with anything that isn't Sonic.
Pretty much.
When a Platinum game succeeds, when a Platinum Sega game succeeds, it's
I
in
tried to burp.
spite of Sega. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Like like Bayonetta.
Which,
And then
which
there's
everyone was all
Platinum
like,
and Nintendo's relationship.
"Oh, Nintendo now has Bayonetta. Well, I'm not gonna buy Bayonetta 2 because I'm a total fuckhead."
Because it's on the Wii U and nobody bought that thing.
And,
I do feel bad
you
where
know
it's
what?
like,
I don't blame them, but at the same time, I think they're overreacting and being completely immature about the situation.
what situation?
The whole situation that Nintendo made a deal with Platinum to release Bayonetta
People still
2.
mad about that? Isn't it like old? Nobody cares about that anymore. People are just excited that Bayonetta 2 happened. I'm
Well-
excited that Bayonetta 2's happening.
yeah, but
I was like, I'm gonna get a
But
Wii U
I'm
just
just
for
pointing
that.
out that people complained.
Yeah, I know. People complain about everything though. It's like nothing new.
Oh yeah,
People complain when fucking
mean-
DMC came out, and rightfully so, because that game's retarded. But still, though.
I mean, but that doesn't excuse the behavior of those assholes.
All right, fair enough.
It's just, I mean, if you want to complain, then at least have a good reason to. It's not like Nintendo said, "Oh,
We owned them forever.
Own them
That's funny. I don't know if I mentioned this before. There was an interview where Hideki Kamiya, head guy at Platinum, was like, they asked him, "Would you want to would you want to become the new Rare and be just a second party to Nintendo?" And he was like, "No," but he would totally love to keep, but he wouldn't mind making games for Nintendo systems. He just doesn't want, he doesn't want to work under anybody ever, because it's his fucking company. He wants to have his own vision.
Yeah, I really can't imagine working third party to anyone.
Yeah,
It
that
just
means second
doesn't.
party.
Huh?
That means second party.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
I'm high
yeah.
as shit. Not really. I don't do
Yeah.
drugs.
I don't know.
Remember, kids, drugs are bad.
I do remember. What's Rare doing? Rare just makes a bunch of shitty Kinect games, right? Something like that. And Killer
Now,
Instinct.
which it's not even their fault, to be honest with you,
It's not, but still.
because when they saw their success, they're gonna like, okay, clearly we do better at this now. Okay,
There's a
so
level of like
okay, like
saying no that I feel
now,
people are forgetting.
well, they can't because they're under Microsoft now. So what can they do? Say no
I
and
know.
get their asses chewed out,
Yes, I would do. I don't want to make Kinect games. I
and
would
then
rather just
and
not
then
work. I would
lose
rather
your
just not make a
job
game than make that.
in a country where there aren't really a lot of developers anyway.
We don't have a lot of like anything when it comes to entertainment. We don't have a lot of animators. We don't have a lot of game developers. We don't have a lot of
No,
people
well,
in the movie
Rare
industry.
is a British company. It's even worse over there because they don't
Oh yeah,
really.
you're right. Then there's a lot of game companies in England actually. I mean, sorry, Britain, whatever.
So it's
Well,
only
they had
so
no
yeah.
Rockstars
That
in
only
Britain
proves my point. Why should they move? Why should they stop making these Connect games? Yeah, it sucks, but
because
they're
they don't
clearly
because they're
getting this
shitty.
money off it.
Whatever. I mean, if they're fine with making them, fine. But if they don't like, if I was working on Connect games, I didn't like it, I just quit. Because why would I want to make this thing I don't want to make?
But sometimes you gotta do what you have to do.
Well, no, not
Unfortunately,
really. Because what the fuck? I'm like, I'm X Rare. Who the hell's not gonna hire me?
I
Fuck,
don't
I
know.
made
There
a bunch
hasn't.
of
I
games
mean,
everybody likes.
I haven't heard too much from the guy who voices Conquer. I mean, he released like one iOS game. Like how well did it do?
I don't know. I don't
Exactly. That's
own
my
an
point.
iOS device.
Well, fair enough, but it just seems like, well, that only helps prove my point. The fact that they haven't done too well. I mean, like Grant is like the only guy I've heard of that's actually
He still
done
works at Rare. He made fucking Kingdoms of Amalur. Oh no, sorry, he composed for it.
well, yeah, but what I mean is
Wait,
that
did Rare make that game? Something like that.
no, he didn't make it. He composed music for it.
No, I said did Rare make that game?
No, not at all.
Who made Kingdoms of Amalur? That's a good
It was
question.
some New Jersey company that ended up like they made like okay, this was the only game they made, and then
Oh yeah, Big Huge.
big huge controversy because something I don't even know what happened. Some big controversial thing happened, and the company went under. So they
Yeah,
made one
it didn't
RPG.
sell well, and that just made him
Okay,
bottom.
I have a question to ask anyone who's may or may not be watching this. Who the fuck starts a company and makes an RPG? You don't do that. You have to work your way up.
Dumb people, people who are passionate but don't
RPGs
know
are
anything about
expensive.
business.
Like, I don't want to sound like all businessman bitchy asshole, but you don't start making an RPG. You have to start with something simpler.
Especially when that was kind of crappy.
Huh?
I remember like as I said, especially when that was kind of crappy. Because I remember Kingdoms of Amalur, and I was like, I'm excited for this. This looks really. Oh, the trailers look really cool. And then I played it, and I was like, this is kind of boring.
I mean, I haven't played it, but I'm
The
only going
music's
to play
good.
it
But that's just because
because,
Kurt Hope's good at his job.
yeah, pretty much. And you can't go wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's a good composer, so. But I'm better.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, Todd McFarlane did the art designs for it. The guy who made fucking Spawn. The stupidest comic book character ever.
Is he? Isn't he the guy who made Family Guy? Or
No, that's Seth MacFarlane. Todd McFarlane worked in Image,
oh,
and
are they
he did a
brothers?
bunch of Spider-Man comics.
Are they brothers?
Maybe. That's actually a good question. No, I don't think they are.
It'd be kind of weird if they were. They'd be like, I mean, it would make a lot more sense because they're both artists. So
Well, either way, he's out of the fucking. Did you know that 38 Studios, the guy who developed Kings of Amalur? Wait, did they develop it or did they published it? Yeah, no, they developed it alongside Big Huge. It was founded by a Major League Baseball player, Kurt Schilling. Yeah.
I
Still
don't
can't
know,
believe
but I'm trying to look up this dude.
he's just some
Doesn't
He played on the Red Sox or something.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find out if Todd McFarlane is related to.
They only existed for a couple of. It's kind of sad. 3 months after Amalur came out, they just went bankrupt and he laid everybody off.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start making complicated, expensive ass games and not
Yep.
understand.
They should have just like this. Yeah, they should have made something simpler or like go second party or something like that.
Maybe. Or I'm not gonna lie. Like the only way to get by in the gaming industry is basically to
Lie,
cater
cheat,
to.
and steal. No.
Huh?
Well, yes. No, I said lie, cheat, and steal.
Well, yeah, pretty much. That's every company, unfortunately.
Yeah. But
But
yeah,
like
you have to
the
kiss ass
only
for a little
like the
while.
one way I thought that we could become successful is to make licensed games on the site at first,
Yeah.
and then start making good shit as sort of a
Well,
main
that's
thing.
that's again like Kamiya. Again, him. He worked. You know, he worked at Capcom and he made Beautiful Joe and Devil May Cry and Okami, and those games were like mega popular. And then eventually he was like fuck Capcom and branched off. And made his own and started making his own games with Platinum, and then of course people are gonna buy Platinum games because people are like, that guy made Devil May Cry. Of course I want his games. I mean, they're not like
I'm
mega
talking about like
successful
licensed
games.
stuff at first,
Yeah, like of course, licensed stuff. It's like
and
active. Ew,
and then later on
Activision.
get into your own stuff. I don't know where you got that idea. Like
Uh,
what were you trying to talk about? Because I was talking about like
no,
how
I
to
know.
start
I'm
a
just saying
company.
as an example of just like people starting out with something and then growing bigger and then going off to do their own thing.
That's not what I mean.
That's exactly what you said.
No, I'm talking about how to like okay, like like starting off to make things for other people and then making your own stuff, but
That's
still
what
at the
I
same
said.
but at the same company. Why would we leave our own company?
No,
What are you even
like what?
talking about?
He left to go make his own games without Capcom saying shit because Capcom's shitty.
I know, but what does that have to do with this
It's
discussion?
just an example.
But I don't get it.
What? It doesn't literally need to be what we're talking about. It's just an example. Like, here's a thing that happened to somebody,
But then what's
and
the
it's
point of having the
similar.
example when that's nothing to do with what we're talking about?
But it does, though. You just said so.
What?
Just cut everything out. Just cut all of this.
No, we're still gonna
Yes, this is
argue about
bad.
this, and I'm gonna get louder and louder until the episode ends. Thank you for
Cut it.
joining us on this episode because we're like 52 minutes in, 53 maybe. I don't fucking know.
52, yeah.
So, thanks for coming. Bye.
Look, man, you need to learn how to do it. You gotta be a man. You gotta take care of your own bit.